the writing section of your English subject. English subject is basically divided into various sections, like you have your comprehension section followed by your grammar section, then you have your literature section, and then the writing section, right? So writing section is a very important part. It plays a very important part in examination, because this is a section where the examiner actually tests your imagination power. It tests how much creative you are and how much good you are in your vocabulary. So do not take this section for granted, as you can, because this particular section can help you gain a lot of marks. Or if you do not have that much of knowledge or accuracy in English, then this section can be the major reason for your deduction in marks. So you have to pay very much attention in this section. Now in writing section, today we will be talking about email writing. Now email writing is just like letter writing. It's just that before there were no internets, so people used to write letters. But when the technology became more advanced and internet came into existence, then people shifted to email writing from letter writing. So email writing and letter writing is more than the same thing. The format is almost the same. Before internet, there was intranet. Intranet was the network which was just within an organization. You were not able to send a message from one city to another city or from one place to another. It was just within an organization, like within a school or within a college or within a company. So now coming to email writing. Now if I say the language which is used in email writing, language is a little less formal in email writing. Why? Because email writing is basically within an organization or an institution, and if you be more formal, then it will look very awkward, because you're sending email to the person who's just right beside you, right? So therefore the language, you can use slangs, you can use a little bit of informal language, but also you need to be very careful that it does not become too informal. Again, your email writing, your email can be both formal or informal, which is same as the letter writing. Even the format is same. Just the thing is that you do not need to mention your address in email writing, right? Because it is not the letter which has to be posted to a particular address. Here in email writing, instead of writing your house address, you have to write your email address. So that in that case, you have to write address, but not of house, of the email. You have to mention your email ID. Then you have to mention the receiver's email ID. So it is like to whoever. No, it starts from your email ID, that is sender's email ID, and to will be the receiver's email ID, right? This is the format of your email. After from and to, we come to subject. Similar to your letter writing, there should be a subject which should be mentioned accordingly, according to the topic or according to the issue for which you are writing the email. And then you have to begin with dear sir or ma'am. Here there is no need to write date. Why? Because if you are sending an email, not only the date, the time will also be mentioned, right? In email writing, because it is computerized, so date and time will automatically be mentioned. So we do not have to write date or time in our email. So this is basically our format of email writing. Again, with dear sir or ma'am, you begin with your email. This will be your body. And in the end, again, you have to mention yours. Sincerely or faithfully or truly or obediently. Of course, we do not write obediently because obediently is just meant for students, and students will never send email to their teachers or principals, right? They have to write an application. A written application must be the format for students. So this is basically meant for the organizations, for the big organizations or the institutions. And then you have to mention your name, and then you have to mention your designation. So this is the basic format of your email writing. Now there are some points that you have to remember. So let's focus on points to remember. Points to remember is that first, your email should contain subject, second, do not make use of too much of slangs or abbreviations. So do not use too much slangs. Now what do you understand by slangs? Slangs are all those words which are not completely belonging to the English language. You just say for the sake of saying, right? Abbreviations are short forms of your sentences. For example, we say e.g., for etc. we say etc. So do not make use of too much of slangs or abbreviations. Then third rule is that emails should be short. And also at the same time, for making the email short, it should not sound that you are being rude. So these are some points that you have to remember while writing an email. This is the format of writing an email. An email can be both formal as well as informal. Formal will have its own tone of speaking, and informal will be just a casual way of talking to someone. And now let us understand an example of email writing through one question. So now let us understand email writing through an example. Now the example that I am going to explain you in this video is the same example which is provided in the content section. So you can visit the content section. In that there's a topic of email writing. Once you click on that topic, the same question is provided along with the answer. Now that question says that you have to write an email to your co-friends or to your teacher. So in that, first you have to greet the teacher and the students, and then later you need to inform them about a fair which is being held in the school. That fair is regarding a charity. So there you have to give your donations so that we can then pass that money to the poor people as well as to the people living in the streets of West Delhi, so that we may help them to live a better life. So the same information has to be drafted in a mail, and then you have to send those to your friends and to your teachers. So here first and foremost we will start with from, and in that from you have to write your email ID. Basically, you do not have to write the email ID while you're actually typing an email, because since it is computerized, it will automatically fetch your email. But when you're writing an email from the examination point of view, then obviously you have to mention your email ID. Now suppose I mention the email ID like Sana Arora @gmail.com. And then when I'm writing to, then here you have to mention all your friends and teachers. you have to send your message, right? So like whenever you are sending to multiple users over here, so each ID will be separated with a comma. So here with commas you have to separate your IDs. Next is CC. CC basically stands for carbon copy. Carbon copy means that suppose you have to send your letter to more than one person, so you have to mention the name over here. So here the recipient will know that to whom other people the same message has been sent. So here again you have to mention all your friends and teachers. After this, we will begin with our subject. Now, since I have already told you the question, I know that this is not my informal letter. This is the official letter which I have to write. So, my letter has now, or my email in this case has now become more formal. So, the subject will be fair, being organized, for donations. So I can say fair being organized for donation. Then I will start with the greetings, right? I have to greet. So I will say, dear friends and my teachers. And then I have to start with my body. Also remember that while writing an email, you have to be very particular. You do not have to write too long emails. And also one thing is very important to keep in mind. That particular thing is that do not share your personal things. Do not share your personal information with it may be your best friend. So do not share that information through email, because if by chance the email gets into wrong hands, then you can be in problem, right? So whenever in real life you're writing an email, make sure that all those personal information that you share with your boss or with your employees or even with your family members, that should be just face to face or through calls and not through the emails, because at times then it is very risky, right? So dear friends and my teachers, here I will say that I am pleased to inform you that we are organizing a fair in school in order to help the poor and needy by collecting some donations. So you can begin like this by collecting some donations. Then we can also say that when you can mention here, you can mention the venue, you can mention the time, from which the fair will start, right? Mention venue, mention time, ask for donations, right? Then also give a brief about the poor and needy. Like this you can just keep on writing, but do not expand your email, because the email should be short. It should not be rude. It should not contain rule is do not use capital letters. If you use capital letters, showing more like shoutings, like, and if some words need some specific attention, then yes, for one or two words we can make use of capital letters, but make sure that you avoid using capital letters in your mail. Also, how you can end the mail is like, again, yours sincerely. And or today, these days, there is another format like thanks and regards. So you can write any of the two. You can follow any of the two formats, like yours sincerely. It's been followed since so long, and these days it has been converted to thanks and regards. Then again, you have to mention your name over here, and along with name, you have to mention your designation. Now, since this is a designation, you have to write for the school. You can either write head girl or you can write the secretary, and then you have to mention the name of your school or the organization wherever you are working. So this is a little brief about the question. If you want to have a detailed look about this, then you can visit the content part over there. In this video, we have discussed about email writing. We've discussed the format for email along with the example. So that's all for today. Keep learning and keep practicing.